My name is Rich. This is Ebike Nashville. I'm gonna take you on what I consider just to be my regular ride around town. All right. Let's do this. We've had a lot of rain, and I have not been able to get out on the bike very much. But today, we have a break in the rain. As you can see, the clouds. Ooh. So we're going on for a little ride today. Probably the hilliest part of Nashville. This is a steep hill, but the view of Nashville from here is lovely. Pretty cool. My neighborhood is called Cumberland Heights. So right now we're kind of, this is the main drag, Dickerson. Unfortunately, this building is in disrepair. So getting across Dickerson means being in a neighborhood with bike lanes and speed bumps and things that keep regular traffic at bay. But first, before we go on any epic ride, stop and it'll pick back up when I resume my ride after my latte or whatever else we're going with today. And this is the spot. This is All People Coffee. It's great. Great coffee. Good place to sit and rest. So that's what we're gonna do. thanks for coming along this far. We'll pick back up here in a couple minutes. Okay. We are back on. That was very nice. Delicious coffee. Very nice, very nice. So this is my neighborhood ride. I like doing these roads. Among others in the neighborhood because of the speed bumps that get in the car's way and not mine. Wow, it turned out to be a pretty pleasant afternoon. Not so bad. You know, but why do it when you don't have to? You know? Okay, that tree wasn't like that the last time I was by. That's unfortunate. Looks like it's going to have to come down. We've had a lot of rain and storms, and it doesn't surprise me that that tree is down. Yeah, so thanks for coming along for the ride. I want to do these more often, show kind of what I typically do. The rides to work, that's through Nashville. Maybe some nighttime rides through downtown. Show you guys the sights. So this is a brand new neighborhood. That they've been working on. Covered this hill with condominiums, but when I first started riding my e-bike, I could come up here and there was nothing hip here. The roads. And now there's There's a view of Nashville up here. Right back that way. It's quite lovely, actually. We're way up here. It's a pretty nice neighborhood, though. And when this was still being built, I like to come up here and see this, the whole enchilada. There was a better view. It is pretty up here. You can see all the hills around Nashville here. The top of this hill is the local water tower. All right. We're going to give it a rip. That they can't go faster than me on these roads with the speed bumps. Yeah. Let's go straight. I've always liked this Buddha. Isn't that pretty? The Buddha lounging in the little garden there. Sounds so much softer. It's not a bump, it's a cushion. Like little pillows in the road. Speed pillows. That's what they should call them. Speed pillows. There's some speed pillows right here. honestly really like this weather. Put on pants and a jacket and not be too hot. I'll wait for you and I'm going to go down Meridian. There we go. The Nashville Fire Department Station number 3. Restaurants like this Red-Headed Stranger here in the communities everywhere. You know, there's just little stores and restaurants. There's a crystal store here. Yeah, East Nashville Crystal Store. I'm trying to see another restaurant. Cute little neighborhood with stores and restaurants in the neighborhood kind of tucked in. And usually they're good, you know? Red-Headed Stranger is kind of Tex-Mex. It's very good. So this takes us over one of the little highways here, this little footbridge. And on my bike ride, I like to stop here because, well, it's a great view of Nashville and of the train. Stop here for a second. you can see the Batman building. And if you can see the cranes on your left are the new Nissan Stadium going in. Looks like snow, but this is pollen collecting on the bridge here. We're going up here a little ways. You can see this little bridge connects me over to the other side of East Nashville. I'm going to do a U here. There's some buzzards. Interesting. All right, here we go. Back over the bridge. There's steps on that other side, so let's not, I don't want to carry it down the steps. And I don't really want to go over there. I like riding around in this neighborhood with all the speed bumps. And it keeps people out of my way during the afternoons. I typically work on weekends, which gives me the opportunity to go and ride around on weekdays when no one's on the road in the early afternoon, just like this, and just take my bike out for a ride. And today I'm taking you with me. And this is kind of my run, what I typically do, right along the parks. And there are several in my neighborhood. I like to kind of ride by them. How are you? Good, good. So have I talked about how much I love speed bumps? I like them. My turn signal, I didn't hear it. It's because I didn't turn it on. So this is more of East Nashville, and another one of my favorite parks up here. Cleveland Neighborhood Park. I think it's Cleveland Park. The community center is getting a makeover right now. It has a pool. Yep, Cleveland Park Community Center. It does have a public pool. Looks like security's got me. time. Get a gift card. So as you can see, it's a nice big park. They do pretty good with the neighborhoods, having parks, restaurants. Some of the ways they make it kind of a mixed use area, you know, it just there's things close by. Good things close by. Is one of the largest commercial flower plant producers in this local area anyway. I think if you buy things in the store here in Nashville, there's a good chance it may have come from them. They're actually slower than me, you know. They're holding me up. Getting a new driveway. keeps traffic from running you over. I've gotten to be brave driving downtown. I think if you first get an e-bike and it can do almost 40 miles per hour, I think, you know, you might want to practice for a bit. Get the feel of how it feels. Get used to pulling the correct brake, turning on your turn signal. If you have them. I think all of those things can make us, here's the front gate to Optimera. I'm gonna go right here. But I think the people on e-bikes, you know, you need to take into account being safe, being smart. You really never know how, you know, cars are, whether they're going to see you or not, whether they're paying close enough attention. Ooh, I kind of want to go down there. That looks like a pretty cool alleyway. We like alleyways. Let's get on the alleyway. This looks like it's got good pavement, so there we go. A little muddy. Oh yeah, this is a lovely alleyway here in Nashville. This is kind of what they're like. People put their garages. I'm always impressed when they decorate back here. Flowers and stuff. Oh, let's just keep going. Off the beaten path a bit. Oh, that's adorable. No, I wouldn't have seen that had I not come down this alleyway. You do see murals in Nashville, and I haven't spoken of it, have done murals here in Nashville. I've done one. I'm an artist, besides working in the healthcare biz. Man, I kind of like this alley, and I know where it's coming out at. I like it. I'm going to take this again. It's kind of a hidden little gem here. Cool. This is a cool mural, and I'm kind of glad I get to drive you by it. Let's have a look. Pretty cool. At Enjoy Art. Care to look them up? It's this is great stuff. I love this. Interesting, their choices. Just here in my neighborhood, there's some pretty cool murals. this building in front of me. I'd like to see them make something of it. This is going to be a pretty long ride, so there is a possibility I'll break this up into pieces, but I figured I would take you guys along on what normally is a cruise for me. Yeah, if you like this sort of thing, be sure to leave me a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel so you can see more, because I am going to make more. Hoping to kind of get this thing going a little bit, where I record something every couple of weeks. On a ride through my neighborhood here. Hey, this is for sale if anybody wants to buy it. It's very cute. It's right up to it here. Oh, it's got a nice little backyard, a shed. Getting pretty funny sun. Yeah, a garden in your front yard, yeah. Could certainly do it. Looks like it needs it. I would take this whole yard and make it into the front yard into a garden. Yeah. North 2nd Street, house 920. Is for sale. We're running an ad for whoever this realtor is. There's another one right across the street. Wow, look at this little truck. Oh my goodness. Might as well be riding in this. I'm taller than that thing. Look at that thing. I love it. that. Slay the dragons. The most hooligan thing among this neighborhood. I've never done this. Let's go up here. This is the major road up here. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go out on the main road. The only way to go on that road is to cross it. So if you've made it this far, leave me a comment on some of the things that you'd like to see me do on the channel. I'd be happy to oblige. There's some cool bike paths that I can most certainly go on. There's great parks here. Cute dog. See, these neighborhoods are just nice. They're just cute. I wanted to see if there was a way through here. And I'm thinking maybe not. Let's see. Yep, right here. Cool. We're zigzagging. Yeah, we're zigzagging. It's funny how the roads don't line up, Back on the road. That's funny. Yeah. Oh, that's a mulberry tree. All right, free to go. Run over some mulberries there. Nice ride. What a beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous. So I haven't talked much about the GhostCat. I got the GhostCat because it would do this. It would go up this huge hill, and even after I've been riding it for a little bit now, however long this video is, plus a little bit more, but it can still get up that hill and I don't have to pedal. And I mean, look at where I'm at. I'm top of the world here in Nashville, on these hills here where I live. And, you know, if you're going to get a bike, you know, get it so that it's convenient for you to ride in the place that you're at, right? You know, and if it doesn't fully match, you can always do extra things like add mirrors and brake lights and make things easier on yourself, right? Just make it easier for you to be safe and be able to do it without getting run over by a car. You know, add lights, make yourself more visible. Do all the things. Do all those things. Because I think there's going to be more people riding e-bikes to work, the places they need to go. You know, I think the popularity of these is in part because, you know, I paid for this. I'm not making payments on it. This is not a car, but I can get around on it. And I don't pay insurance. And now, it depends upon your city whether they allow you to go as fast as this thing will go. You know, that's another question entirely. I'm sure there's probably some riders out there that break the rules a little and do things to make it harder on people that actually try to use this as a tool, right? You know, joyriding's one thing, but you know, if you're riding this to work, and that's another thing. I think if you're picking up a hobby like this, you better be able to work on it. I've done a lot of things to this bike. I got a nail in my tire and had to replace the, you know, in the rear tire, of course, which is where the motor and all of the stuff are. But, you know, you got to be able to take that stuff apart and put it back together. Your brakes, you know, if they need topped off with mineral oil, depending upon your brakes, of course. But mine need mineral oil. Mine are dual piston brakes on this. You know, you got to be able to keep it up and make it so that it's safely rideable. And, you know, for the most part, I think this bike really is safely rideable, in part because of its power. Because I am able to keep up with traffic and do all those things. I think that's, you know, that's a part of riding an e-bike is, you know, trying to find ways to be safe. Find ways to make this so that you're not worried about riding it around. This is cool. This is a radio station at the end of my block here. It's just a little AM radio station in my neighborhood. Yeah, I think I also want, you know, I want more bike trails and make it easier for people to get around in cities. And I think if we're going to have more people doing this, which I really do, I really think that people aren't going to be able to afford a car. And if they live close enough to work, they'll choose a bike, an e-bike especially, because it just, it makes things so much easier to get around to work and stuff, at least for me. I would imagine that I'm not the only one that bought this in order to try and not ride my car as much. Go to places like my coffee shop like we just did and run errands on the bike. Take the bike to work on nice days when I don't mind a little bit longer travel time. I think it takes me 15 minutes by car and about 30 minutes by bike. A little over maybe, but thereabouts. Well, I have enjoyed this. I hope you have too. I think this is pretty close to where we're going to call it ends. I've done a couple loops around my neighborhood. I think this is a good spot to stop. So this is where I'll be signing off. So thanks for coming along. I appreciate you watching any of the videos that I post. And again, if you'd like to see more, my name's Rich. This is Ebike Nashville. Subscribe, like, and leave me a comment of where you'd like me to record next, and I will try to make that happen for you. There's a lot of great things to see here in Nashville, and I could take you to all of them via the bike and this fancy camera. So let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.